All right, folks, welcome back to the Night's Watch. I'm Jacob.
I'm Alex.
And it's season preview time, my friend.
We're talking about the Atlantic today, but we are 1 month out. About a month out from for preseason and everything.
Yeah, we're close-ish.
Yeah,
It's Labor Day weekend. We're about to hit September 1st.
We're pre-recording this. We'll be in Portland next weekend and
Portland, Oregon.
having a great time.
Home of Antifa.
I hope I get to throw a brick through a window while I'm there.
Oh, that's the plan. Portland's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. And today we're talking about the Atlantic, and we were going to talk about the Metro, but we'll talk about at the end of the episode why we wanted to switch to the Atlantic. Spoiler alert, either way, we're going to hate all these teams. I desperately hate.
I think one reason was just looking at the Metro. I mean, like, I don't want to talk about these teams.
Our Metro preview is going to be 30 minutes. Hate. We're going to get to Carolina. Okay.
No, yeah, it's going to be like, okay, so Carolina won, and then, hey,
I don't give a shit. Yeah.
Do you want to do 30 minutes on who's going to be worse, the Flyers or the Penguins?
The Penguins. I already tell you that it's going to be the Penguins.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, but I was like, the team that doesn't have a single NHL goalie in their system for the next 10 years.
They've got Daniel Vladar, the corpse that had to be executed in Calgary because
it's going to be a duel of the ages. Daniel Vladar versus Tristan Jarry. Who will help their team the most? Folks?
Don't. Let's not even start. That sounds horrifying.
That whole division is purgatory.
Oh, it's awful.
So we're gonna do the Atlantic today.
Do the Atlantic first
because doing the Metro is just too depressing,
right?
And it's Labor Day weekend. We're trying to have fun.
Yeah,
we're trying to unwind here, relax.
So last year it was Toronto, Tampa, Florida, Ottawa, Montreal, and that was the cutoff line of the playoffs, which tells you how dog shit the Metro is.
Yeah.
Which I would think five teams will make the playoffs from the Atlantic again.
Probably. Yeah.
And then Detroit, Buffalo, and Boston. It rounded out the bottom of that. So we can do the same thing as last year, just count down, or you want to do something different?
Yeah, I should have thought about this. I think we can either talk about each team in depth and then quickly throw out our rankings, or give our own rankings and do the 3-2-1 and then kind of talk about teams as they come.
Let's do. I had more fun doing 3-2-1.
Yeah, it's kind of
a little bit more surprising.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So last year, as you mentioned, 8th place, Boston, 76 points. Mm-hmm. They went 33-39, 10 overtime points.
Yep.
This year, in 8th place, will be 3-2-1 Boston. Hey,
yeah. They're dog shit.
Yeah, we hey, I'm glad that neither of us
bought in.
Neither of us fell for the fucking the bullshit.
Oh, their team is awful. Like,
well,
I feel bad for David Pastrnak. Like, that man's just dying there.
Well, and that's the thing of it, right? Is this team is Pastrnak and McAvoy and Swayman, and then nothing. And I don't believe in Swayman.
Their top line center is like what? Pavel Zacha still?
Elias Lindholm.
Oh, Elias Lindholm. Is it Connor Geeky or Morgan Geeky? Connor. Morgan?
It's one of the
two Geekies.
One of the Geekies.
Because the other one's on Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
He had a great season last year, but that's a product of playing with David fucking Pastrnak, right?
Exactly. And can he replicate that? I have no reason to.
Yeah, because he scored like a ton, I think. He scored like 30 plus goals.
He and Pavel Dorofeev were the two guys where it's like, how come no one's talking about that? This guy has 30 goals,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah. And so, Geeky's like I think he's younger than Dorofeev is. I think Geeky's like only 22 or 23.
Yeah, so don't get me wrong. That's a good young player to be excited about. But as far as like looking where this team's going to finish, I'm like,
what else do you have? Like,
nothing. Spoiler alert. Nothing.
Literally. Like, it's. And like you said, I don't believe in Jeremy Swayman at all. He was
that top line is Geeky, Lindholm, and Pastrnak, and already Lindholm is like a third line center
at best. Yeah.
And then second line, Middlestat, Zacha, Arvidsson.
That's right. Middlestat got ejected to Boston.
Yeah.
From Colorado, and then did you say Victor Arvidsson's projected to be
on their second line?
Man that was scratched in the playoffs and on the Edmonton Oilers team multiple times. Wow.
Yeah. Then and this is all from Puckpedia, so obviously we don't know what the lines will be. I'm sure. I guarantee you, no Boston fan is listening to this, but there's always like, no, he's going to be on the second.
Who gives a shit? It's just whatever it looks like.
It's just a depth chart. third line Tanner
who
Jeannot,
they paid
way too much money.
$5-something million for.
No, it was 3.4, but for like 8 years.
Oh, it was five. It was a long
Ridiculous.
time, and but still 3.4 is way too much money for.
Yeah, and then Sean Corrali
Oh my god.
and Matthew Poitras.
Who was supposed to pop off and he never did.
Yeah.
He had that great first 10 games when he wasn't last year, it was the year before, I think.
Yeah, and he's the classic case. If he's the rookie that everyone that's a fan of that team says, "Oh my God, why aren't we're gonna put all our hopes in this guy," and then it just kind of never happens.
He's a serviceable NHLer. He's just not what they thought he was going to be.
Exactly. And then their fourth line, Essimont, Beecher, and Kastelik.
I really like John Beecher, but
he's a great fourth
line center. Yeah. And Mark Kastelik, they have great chemistry together, but
John Beecher's a great fourth line center, but you don't build your roster by like, you know what, let's really solidify that 4C position and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, you kind of plug in whoever wants to be plugged in. And then it's Charlie McAvoy and dog shit after that.
But just for
Hampus Lindholm. But Hampus Lindholm though is also like on his way out because he's been injured. He's been having injury problems.
Well, I will say Hampus Lindholm, he's been injured, but
he's good.
They interviewed him on 32 Thoughts at the European media tour. It sounds like he is healthy and he's like super motivated, and it's just a really good interview. He just seems like a good guy.
Yeah. But everything I've seen with him, he seems like a good guy to play with.
That being said, you look at this defense as a whole. So first pair, Lindholm and McAvoy. I'm like, okay, if they're healthy, that's a solid first pair.
Yeah, very.
Mainly because of McAvoy doing.
I was a little drunk last week, and that's my defense of giving Charlie McAvoy shit, and also my defense. I'm saying if he's healthy. But Charlie McAvoy, I saw the Team USA stuff. Charlie McAvoy is starting with Team USA.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so you think, okay, Lindholm and McAvoy, that's a good first pair.
Great, yeah.
The second pair, Nikita Zadorov and Henry Yokiharu.
Which, in their own right, they're both decent defensemen, but not top 4 defensemen.
My first thought looking at that middle pair is like, that would be a good bottom pair.
When we were talking about free agents, I was talking about Henry Yokiharu as a bottom pairing, even like a 7th defenseman.
Yeah, well, my thing with Henry Yokiharu is like, there's like 8 NHL defensemen from Finland, and like he still didn't make Team Finland, like in 4 nations. No, he did. I thought he did. I thought he
math he had to because I thought Heiskanen got injured.
I thought Montepallo is the one that overtook him.
Oh, you're right, Montepallo. No, because
and everyone's like, "Who the fuck is this Montepallo guy?"
Yeah, you're right. He played games before. Once Yokiharu had that first game, then Montepallo was in and was playing well.
Point is, not really optimal
got taken
for your
over
top
by
4.
Ottawa's seventh defenseman.
Yeah, and then bottom pair is Mason Lohrei and Andrew Peak.
It's just there, and then Swayman and Korpisalo, right?
Yeah, and they're paying Swayman 8.25. They're paying Korpisalo like 3 something.
Remember when they said, we don't want to pay 2 goaltenders $15-16 million together. Now they're paying 2 goaltenders that are worse $12 million.
Yeah. Well, I just had this conversation with Tyler earlier today where like, yeah, like I know in our Vegas episode, I voiced, is it time to be concerned about Aiden Hill and all that? But realistically, when you look at the goalies out there, I'm like,
Hill had a way better season than Swayman did.
Aiden Hill on that contract is, thank Christ we locked him down.
$6 million. That's a great the way the contracts are going.
He's like 5, isn't he? Like 5 something.
No, he's 6. It was 6 by 6 point something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
there's a 5 in there somewhere.
Either way, I'm like, okay, and then Schmidt is making like nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like,
would
you rather have Hill and Schmidt for like 6 point something, 7?
Quite literally $7 million.
Or would you rather have Swayman, who completely shit the bed, and then Korpisalo as a corpse, as a pricey,
backup.
Bad backup.
And that's not even a good backup. Like, no, absolutely, I would take Hill and Schmidt, and then, the only reason we talk about Vegas and stuff with you just need your goaltender to be serviceable, and I say that as Bobrovsky was lights out, in the playoffs, but he's only been serviceable in the season.
Yeah,
you just need the guy to get you there. And then they can lock into the playoffs, do whatever they want. You just need someone to get you there. Look at Connor Hellebuck. He's the best goaltender year in, year out, and he's dog shit in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Otter's hit or miss some playoff runs. You just need someone to get you there. I don't think Swayman's. I mean, obviously, this team's not going to make the playoffs, right? And even if they do in the next
as hinted by our 8th place prediction,
if they do in Swayman's 8-year contract, because that's an 8-year contract, he's in the year 2, right? Year 2 because he was holding out last year. He's in year 2 of it. I don't think this team can make the playoffs in 6 years, in 7 years. What do you have? They want to go to people are going to want to go play in Boston for that shit show of of the front office.
Well, I feel like the impression that Boston gives off right now is, one, not good, washed up, and the GM's going to bust her balls in every contract. So really, what's the appeal?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of sad because this is actually one thing that Yokiharu brought up in his interview. But I feel like there's a lot of clinging to these old ideas of
the old boys club,
the culture, not even the old boys club, but like
what the team means from 1975.
It's like, you talk about Boston, everyone's like, oh, this mythical culture, the culture, what it means to be a Bruin. And yeah, that's certainly a thing. But he literally said straight up, he's like, well, I think it's time for us to stop worrying about, how Bergeron would have done it or how Chara would have done it, and be like, hey guys, we're the ones in the room right now, we need to figure it out.
Yeah, but that's fucking Zdeno Chara.
Stop living in the past is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, absolutely, start living in the past. It doesn't matter how Bergeron or
they're retired, they're not in there,
they're gone. There's never going to be another Zdeno Chara. There's never going to be another Patrice Bergeron in Boston terms. You want to say Pasic needs to take over the room, but he's a guy that's been kind of slighted a lot more by that organization. They traded Marchand. They should have immediately go Pasternak's their captain the next day.
Yeah.
And we didn't do that.
Yeah, and
he's the longest tenured Bruin at this point, right?
Exactly. And Yokiharu, like I said, it was a really, really good interview. I do recommend listening if you get the chance.
Check it out. Where'd you say this? Just on YouTube or something?
32 Thoughts. So
32
it's Spotify,
everywhere,
YouTube, wherever. But anywho, he really emphasizes we need to, the older guys in the room need to take charge and lead their own way.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, and for me, that's going to be, I'm going to train as hard as I can this summer, and I'm going to be the best version of myself.
Yeah, which is what you love to hear, right?
Exactly. So, hey, maybe they'll surprise people. I don't think they will, because the roster is just really bad.
No,
God forbid any of those heavy hitters get injured.
Oh, any of those heavy hitters? You mean David Pastrnak and Charlie McAvoy? That's all you got.
Yeah, exactly.
They go down. Look how bad this team was without Hampus Lindholm all year.
Yeah.
And that was with Charlie McAvoy up until the Four Nations. And then after the Four Nations, they were the worst team in the league.
Now that I mention it, I think actually it was Hampus Lindholm they talked to. I don't think it was Yokiharu.
Okay.
Anyway, okay. So everything I just said, substitute apply to Hampus Lindholm. But point being,
Yokiharu is only 26. That's young.
Yeah, Lindholm's more of a
He's
veteran,
a veteran,
I think.
Yeah. But yeah, it's still either way. No, they're gonna be 8th. They're gonna be bad.
And another.
This is the easiest 8th for me.
Same, and there are some numbers that I was circling.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was they had 10 overtime loss points, which is second most in that division.
And they still finished with 76 points.
Yes, that's not a good sign.
That's awful. And I think I also wrote down for all of these, they only have $2.08 million in cap with that bad of a team.
That's insane. That is insane.
I know we're over the cap, and
technically
we're gonna be allowable tool and put Petro on LTIR and be $2.2 million or whatever, $2 million. How are you that close to the cap with a team this bad?
Well, it starts with giving Elias Lindholm 7 point whatever, and giving Zadorov again 6 or 7 point whatever.
That was insane, right? After his one good year in what was that Vancouver? Yeah, and they're pay him, and he was dog shit this year.
Yeah,
turns out he's just a body, a bottom pairing defenseman.
I still remember I said it on this.
Nikita Zadorov was getting paid more than Nick Hague. Nikita Zadorov is getting paid more than...
And people don't like the Hay contract.
Yeah, they don't like that contract.
Frankly, I think it's fair.
Yeah, he's getting paid more than Zach Whitecloud, more than Braden McNabb. I think he's getting paid more than one of Theo or Hannafin.
That's insane, bro. But hey, he's big and he shoot puck. We'll just ignore the fact that he was on like 6 teams before he got to
defensive
fucking
liability. Let's not stick on Boston too long.
Yeah,
it's going to make me depressed.
So Boston, 8th last year. We both have them in 8th this year. Last year, 7th was Buffalo. They had 79 points.
Do we really even have to...
36, 39, and 7. Well, I don't have them in 7th.
You don't? Okay.
I don't have them really in a playoff position, but not in 7th.
Improve.
And I should say these rankings were done
hastily.
Not hastily, but based off vibe after a few beers. That's how I do those things. Not the way I view it is I use all my actual critical thinking at work, and
don't need to use it for
get home and I just try to have fun. use your instincts.
Yeah. So
anyways, so in 7th this year will be 3, 2, 1 Detroit. Buffalo. So which one do you want to talk about? I guess
you talk about Detroit.
So Detroit, my whole thing with them is they just keep not doing anything.
They keep circling the drain.
Yeah.
Like they draft guys and then they don't develop. Like I think who's that kid that's Marco Casper. He looks great.
Yeah, Casper looks good. He's slotted in as their 2C.
But he's young.
He's young, and then...
But also there's so many contracts that are... The Andrew Kopp and the... That third line, in theory, would be a great defensive third line if they didn't suck.
That third line would have been great like 4 years ago.
Yeah. It's Cup, Comfer, and...
So here... I'll go through the lines with you.
Yeah.
So first line is James Van Riemsdyk, who they signed... Barely a fucking NHLer.
Patrick Kane resigned, right?
Yep.
Detroit? Okay.
And then they have
JVR.
And then Dylan Larkin and Lucas Raymond. So Larkin and Raymond are
incredible.
Legit.
Yeah, they're incredible players.
But even there's that perpetual debate
JVR,
with or that's that perpetual debate with Larkin is
he a 1C?
Is he a 1C or is he just like a premium 2C?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like on a cup team. Like
on a cup team is a premium 2C. You have to have a superstar 1C. Like look at the last cup winners, right? It's Barkov on Florida. It's Jack Eichel for Vegas. It's
or you look at the
Nathan
last
McKinnon.
Fucking
even Connor McDavid.
Got teams that make it, but teams that make it but don't win. Connor McDavid.
And then Florida against us, and then the year before Connor McDavid. It's a premier superstar at center. I really, really like Dylan Larkin. I love Dylan Larkin. But like you said, is he really a 1C?
Is he enough of a... I don't want to say really a 1C. Let me rephrase that. Is he enough of a game breaker to be a true 1C on a good team?
Here's my defense of probably where you put Buffalo. I think Tage Thompson is better than Dylan Larkin.
I think he has the potential to be. I think
he's bigger. He is a better scorer. He brings
insane shot.
Yeah, brings a crazy physical presence on top of being an insanely good forward, like a scoring forward. But he's also gigantic. Again, don't get me wrong. Dylan Larkin's a great player, but like you said, is he a superstar? I don't know. I don't think, and he's getting too old.
He's definitely a leader.
Oh, 100%. He deserves that seat.
Yeah, 100%. He's like the definition of a captain. But
he deserves that seat without a doubt.
But then you look at the rest of this lineup. Second line projected is DeBrincat, Casper, and Kane. Third line projected Comfer, Appleton.
Yeah, that third line would have been great 3-4 years ago. That's a third line that in theory should be a great defensive third line, but they're just not good.
Well, I feel like Andrew Kopp and JT Comfer, they were...
Mason Appleton's still really good.
Yeah, Mason Appleton, I think any team would love to have him in their bottom six, but the other two, I'm like,
they're past it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then projected fourth line, Soderblom, Rasmussen, and Bergeron.
That fourth line, I watched a couple Wings games last year. That fourth line's a bunch of fucking animals.
They are,
Like,
yeah.
Like, they're all big.
And that Bergeron kid, he has something special, I think.
Yeah, they're all big, talented. Michael Rasmussen's a really good 4C. Soderblom is gigantic. But like just good, like a good bottom, like a fourth line or even a third line, really. I mean, that second line, yeah, Kane's old, but with Casper and DeBrincat, maybe he wakes something up, right? Because Casper's ultra talented, right? That's a kid that could blossom into a 1C.
Yeah, I'm looking at this like, oh, maybe I'm starting to doubt this, but that's okay.
I like their forwards.
I'll stick to my guns.
I really do like their forwards. It's not as bad as you think it is, but that third line's a problem.
Yeah, and then the defense
is a joke. The defense is dog shit.
Yeah, Cherry.
Is it Shariah or
Sherratt?
Sherratt, yeah.
Yeah, him and Mo Seider.
Mo Seider's a superstar.
Evanson and Johansson. I don't even know which Johansson that is.
It's their Johansson. He's young. He's like in his early 20s, I think.
24. Albert Johansson.
Yeah.
Bottom pair, Gustafsson and Hamonic.
Travis Hamonic.
Yeah.
Justin Hull is so bad that Travis Hamonic took his spot in Detroit.
Yeah. And then extras, Mazur. Don't know who that is. Bernard Docker. Whatever.
Hey, Bernard Docker.
He's fine.
He's good. And then they got that kid from Sweden that fell in the draft. Sandin Pelika.
Yeah.
He was lighting up the SHL. So if he comes in this year, and he's gonna take Travis Hamonic's spot, like without a fucking doubt in my mind.
And they have
I could take Travis Hamonic's spot.
And they have Justin Hall, who makes $3.4 million and is projected to be a healthy scratch.
He's so bad, dude. He's awful.
And then goalies. This is the move I kind of forgot about.
John Gibson.
They did add John Gibson.
I like that, but isn't that John Gibson just going to the same situation in Detroit with a bad defense?
No, literally.
Mo Seider's better than any defenseman on Anaheim, but the rest of that defense is pretty bad, in my opinion. Like, he's just going from really bad defense to still bad, but slightly better by the thinnest of margins.
Well, the thing with John Gibson, right, is what do defenders of John Gibson say? Well, he's on Anaheim. Mm-hmm. He faces a ridiculous amount of shots. Any goal is going to fall apart. I agree with that.
But
is that situation any different in Detroit?
No, because look what he's playing against: Toronto, Tampa, Florida, Ottawa, Montreal, and
teams that can score,
teams that will light you up. Like Montreal had 2 30-goal scorers this year, and they still have Slavkovsky and Laine. And Florida's a bunch of fucking animals. Ottawa's really good. Tampa and Toronto, you're going to just the same situation.
Most of these teams have bad defenses, but they can score.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, it's the same deal. Good luck, John. Hopefully you play better in a different. He's also from Detroit, isn't he? Or Michigan.
I think so. That sounds familiar.
So maybe he'll have a better time.
Maybe he'll get a second win. Maybe his high school girlfriend will show up to a game and he'll have a big save that gets them into the playoffs.
Right.
I don't know, but I ended up putting them in 7th just because I'm.
I don't blame you.
Just because I'm utterly uninspired. And
spoiler alert: I have them in 6th.
There we go.
I don't have them that far away.
I was gonna say I should clarify that 5 to 8 to me. I'm I feel like you could just shuffle these and
yeah. Well, I had Buffalo in 7th. I just don't like their depth at all. Losing JJ Peterka is going to be bigger than you think it's going to be. Josh Stone being on the team is going to help them. But is Josh Stone going to push them to the playoffs? No. I like Tate Thompson. I obviously I love Alex Tuck. Rasmus Dahlin's one of the best defensemen in the league, but your 1C is Josh Norris.
I thought Tate Thompson isn't he a center?
On Puckpedia they have because Josh Norris is a true center. He only plays center. But Tage would probably play 1C. I would assume. I would hope.
I would say I would fucking hope if you want to have any semblance of a balanced roster.
Yeah, he'd play 1C. But Josh Norris is one of your centers. Yeah. And then I really like.
Yeah, Puckpedia has Norris and Thompson on the same line.
I really like Ryan McLeod. Is he a 2C though?
Yeah.
I love him as a player, and that's the guy that we were talking about. I wanted on Vegas just because he was an RFA, bring him here. But the center depth is thin. Once you get past their second line, it gets extremely thin.
I think a big thing this year will Jack Quinn will he do what he was expected to do?
Will Jack Quinn step up? Owen Power needs to step up.
Yeah. I do think so. My whole thing with, and I know we talked about it when it happened, my whole thing with the Paterka Paterka for Kesselring.
Yeah, I do like Kesselring on that team. He's huge. It's a size that they needed.
Because I look at the blue line and I'm like, honestly,
not bad.
I don't hate this at all.
Because it's Darlene,
Power. It's Darlene, Samuelson, Power, Kesselring, and then Byram and Timmins. That's a good blue line. That's not a bad
defense. No,
it's a lot more balanced now.
That's the thing we've been saying about Buffalo for a little bit now is that their defense has never been awful. It's been pretty solid.
It's never been bad, but I feel like it was poorly constructed in the sense
now
that
it's constructed well.
Like when they first acquired Byram, I was like, what? Like, do you really need another offensive defenseman?
Mm-hmm.
To me, and I know he's not like a high end player, but like Kesselring, to me, he's a
really good defensive defenseman.
He's like that Nick Hague-esque big mean defensive defenseman.
Well, with Samuelson too, he was injured a lot of the year last year, and that was the guy you paid to be your defensive defenseman. And Darlene's blossomed into a great
he's like one of the best
guy.
He's like one of the best defensemen in the league.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people kind of sleep on him because he's on Buffalo, but like,
and they just think about his offense. He's great both ways.
Yeah. And then Luukkonen, I think, is a good goalie. They got Lyon as the backup. I think that's a pretty decent tandem.
And then Devin Levi in the American.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, remember when Devin Levi was going to save the Buffalo Sabres?
Remember when Devin Levi was going to save the Buffalo Sabres at 24 years old?
I thought he was younger than that. I thought that was his whole problem, that he was too young.
Was it?
Yeah, let's see. Levi.
He might be.
He's 23 right now.
Oh, gee. So, yeah.
When he first came in, he was like 21.
And they were like, this is the guy. I'm like, he's 21.
Look at him. He meditates like Qui-Gon Jinn. He's a
21
Jedi.
Years old, man. Like, give him a break. But, yeah, I'm like, for me, it's just I don't trust. I will never trust Buffalo until they prove me otherwise. Like,
yeah, I think that's valid. Like I said, I'm not too high on them.
And they also only have $5 million in cap.
Yeah, I do like their top six.
I do. Yeah.
I think the bottom six gets a little sketchy.
That's what I mean. Like, I like Ryan McLeod. I like Tate Thompson. I like Alex Tuck. I like Jack Quinn.
Jordan Greenway. They got Justin Danforth.
I like Jordan Greenway.
He's a good bottom sixer.
He's a great bottom sixer. And Danforth's a great bottom sixer, too.
Honestly, to me, the only real question marks in this forward core are Kulik. I don't even know who that is.
He's young. He's a prospect.
Oh, 21, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Malenstein.
I hated that. Like,
yeah, he's 27. So
yeah, he came from Colorado or something. Like,
yeah, he's a finished product.
But they also have Hellenius, right? That they drafted the year we drafted Connolly, and he needs to come up. But like,
I do think if Josh Doan can make this team,
Doan can make that team in Beck Melanson spot.
Yeah,
easily.
and I think that would make that bottom six a lot more mean.
Yeah, despite how young Doan is,
dynamic.
Yeah, he's nasty.
Well, I think people's impression of Doan is like, oh, he's Shane Doan's son, therefore he's like an offensive skill guy. And I'm like, no, not really. He's nasty, like, he's a nasty bruiser with some scoring upside.
Yeah, he's like a Ivan Barbashev.
Yes, precisely.
Yeah, bruiser will beat you down, will hit you, but
score some goals here and there.
He's got a little scoring touch.
Yeah, I will never pick them higher than fourth, and they don't even make it that high for me.
Yeah,
But as far as like the top of the shit pile, I think they can do that at least, right?
Didn't we say this last year?
Yeah, but that's the thing with shit piles; it changes every year.
But the parity's increasing. But okay, let's go to number 6. I already said I had Detroit. Who do you have as 6?
Yeah, so 7 was my Detroit. 6. I have a team that I'm picking to regress. I have Montreal in 6th.
You're a Montreal hater, man.
Okay. Yes, I am. But I just don't think that this storm of circumstance that they have is going to keep holding out. Like,
I can agree with that. Here's the thing. Kirby Dach's not a 2C.
No, he's not. He's barely an NHLer.
Kirby Dach can barely stay healthy, and in his height of talent, he is not a 2C. He's at best a 3C, or even on the wing on the bottom 6.
Okay, well, here's their. I won't go through the whole lineup, but here's their center depth. Nick Suzuki, good,
Superstar.
great, yeah,
great.
I used to think like, is he a true 1C? But after last year, I'm like,
he is.
He's a 1C.
He's a 1C.
Okay, second line center, Kirby Dach. Precisely.
Big wet fart.
Third line center, Alex Newhook.
I don't mind that. I like Alex Newhook as a 3C.
Maybe I don't have faith in him. Fourth line center, Jake Evans.
Again, I don't mind that at all. Jake Evans is young and pretty solid.
Yeah, and then to me, the real strengths of this team are the top 6 wingers. You got Slavkovsky, Demidov, Caulfield.
Yes.
Baldock. He might take a step and become that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But then also you still have Patrick Laine. What do you do with him? Is he going to be good enough to be in the top 6? And then he's going to be absolutely useless in the bottom 6 role.
He's useless in a top 6 role, man. He doesn't stay healthy. Like,
all he can do is score, and then if he's not scoring, he's
useless, literally useless.
He's like a glorified European Brandon Peary.
Yeah.
Like
he's only got like, because he had some great scoring years, but he's done nothing.
Yeah, and then they add Joe Veleno. Okay.
Yeah, that's not a. They did lose Jonathan Drouin, right?
Yeah, Brendan Gallagher's corpse is here.
Yeah, he's
Mikey
old.
Anderson's also corpse.
Mikey Anderson, not Mikey,
Josh Anderson.
Josh Anderson's old. Yeah,
my bad, Josh Anderson.
They have great young scoring talent, but a very old bottom 6.
Yeah, and then then the defense: Matheson, Dobson, Gooley, Hudson, Jack-Eye, Carrier. That's not bad, but
I like that defense better than most, but they're still young. They're for sure very young.
Yeah, but then another thing with Montreal is like just overall impressions. Last year they were fucking awful until they went on this like hot streak, and like I feel like
you depend on that year.
I feel like every year people get fooled by like, well, they were really good in the second half. I'm like, okay, yeah, they were good when they were borderline out of the fucking picture already.
Yeah.
You know?
No, yeah, I agree.
Like same thing with like Buffalo. It's like they always like they'll have like a hot start, and then they'll fucking like crash in like November.
Yeah.
And then they'll just kind of be stuck in that mud. I feel like Montreal, they crash early, and then they go on a run. And yeah, it worked last year, but again, they also had 11 overtime points, and I'm like,
that's a lot.
Are you going to do that again? You know, what if you lose those games? What if you lose 3 of those games?
Especially when you have such a compressed schedule, right? Because I would assume Caulfield and Suzuki both make, maybe not Caulfield, but Suzuki will make Team Canada, right? Demidov.
I thought he was American.
Suzuki American or Canadian? Caulfield's American.
I'm pretty sure they're both American.
Is Nick Suzuki American?
I thought so.
Let me look it up right now.
Because that's why he didn't go to 4 Nations, because he didn't go to...
No, he's Canadian.
He is? Oh,
yeah, he's Canadian. I would assume he makes Team Canada. I would hope he does. He's one of the best centers in the league right now. But then,
London, Ontario.
Laine will be on Team Finland, right? But then also Lane Hudson and probably Noah Dobson will be a part of Team Canada. Not Team Canada, sorry. Lane Hudson's American. Get to claim that too. And then Montalban is going to go for Team Canada because the goaltender suck ass.
That's another thing for me is Lane Hudson. Like, is he going to replicate?
Yeah.
And granted, I probably sound like a Lane Hudson hater because I am. Because I am. Sorry, Montreal fans. You were so fucking annoying about this kid that I will never like him.
Mm-hmm.
He's already been ruined for me.
No, I can hop on that train of like when they hype up a prospect so much, even though they could be incredible, you just hate them. So you just can't.
Connor Bedard will have to win 3 cups and be like in his 30s before I'd be like, okay, I guess I respect him.
Well, like, that, but like even like with Montreal alone, right? It's the Hudson thing, and then fucking them meeting a teenager at the airport, chanting his name for him to play. I'm like, guys, get a fucking life. Like,
for real.
But
You live in a beautiful city. I'm
go
sure
do shit.
Yeah, go get a fucking bagel.
Yeah, go do something fun. But so you had Montreal at 6.
I'm just picking that. They just seem a little volatile to me.
It could be just they're young, and
to me their defensive abilities are in question. Mm-hmm. I'm picking them to regress. Am I being a hater?
Yes,
probably.
So I had Detroit at 6. We already talked about Detroit. So, but Detroit, one thing we didn't talk about, Detroit has $11.9 million in cap.
That's
they
true.
can make it. They can make a big move at the deadline if they need to, like for a defenseman or something. So they've got a lot of money. Montreal's got 4.57 with Carey Price and LTIR. Everybody likes to talk about Vegas and Florida and Tampa Bay. You know who did it fucking first? The goddamn Montreal Canadiens with Carey Price's dead body.
Cheaters.
Give me and that's Carey Price
Pumpkin eaters.
Carey Price has the biggest cap hit of an LTIR eligible player. He's got $10.5 million. So give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
Like he's been an LTIR for what, 4 years straight at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, number 5. We'll go to 5.
So last year 5 was Montreal, 91 points, 40 wins, 31 losses, 11 overtime losses. This year in 5th will be 3-2-1
Toronto.
Buffalo. You got Toronto in 5th. Boy,
dude,
that's too far. That's too far.
I really bounce back and forth between 5 and like 3 with a bunch of teams. You really look at that lineup. I love Nick Watt. Don't get me wrong. I really like Dakota Joshua. I like their players. After that top line, what even is there?
Well, let me pull up the depth chart.
Their top line is Matthew Nyes, Austin Matthews, and Willie Nylander.
Yeah, that's a very good,
it's an incredible top line.
It's a very dynamic first line.
Don't get me wrong. Love their top line. I love Matthew Nyes. I love Austin Matthews. I love Willie Nylander. Great top line. Their second line is Max Domi, John Tavares, and
the Puckpedia has Maselli.
Matthias Michelli.
Maselli. Dude, John Tavares is still an elite talent.
No. John Tavares is good. Don't get me wrong. I like John Tavares.
Okay.
Is Max Domi and Matthias Michelli second line wingers? Maybe Max Domi.
I think you can get away with one of them.
Not both of them. And then your third line is what? Waz the center?
They have McMahon, Nick Waugh, and Jan Krok. And then fourth line, they have Dakota Joshua, Scott Lawton, and Lorentz.
Yeah.
I don't know his first name.
But I think Dakota Joshua plays up on that third line because Dakota Joshua is a really great bottom sixer, really great presence. Because, again, don't get me wrong. I like
Domi. They had 108 points last year, and that was with Domi in the top 6.
Yeah.
He can play in a top 6 role.
But, Jacob, they had 106 point last year with Mitch Marner on the team for most of the season.
They did, but what I'm saying is...
Is Austin Matthews going to be healthy?
That's a question. That's always a question.
Their defense isn't bad either. I do actually. This is the first time in a long time I've liked Toronto's defense.
Yeah, exactly that, and they have 2 good goalies. 2 good goalies that are arguably better than.
Are they going to be able?
Goalies.
Are they going to be able? Like, what happens if Austin Matthews is injured again and doesn't play the entire year? Who's Nyes will score, but you're gonna expect John Tavares to drive that line with Matthew Nyes?
John Tavares had like 90 points.
I know.
I think people just have this habit of
ignoring by playing with like William Nylander or like.
You can make that argument for any top 6 player. Maybe William Nylander benefits from playing with John Tavares.
True.
You know what I mean? Like John Tavares is.
He's still good. Yeah, he's still really good.
I would say John Tavares is better than Tomas Hertl or William Karlsson still. He is an elite talent.
Jacob's address is. Send your pipe bombs there.
I'm just saying. I think people have.
I don't agree that far, but I do agree that John Tavares is still a top 25, 30 center in the. He's still a great center.
I think people get in this habit of ignoring how good he is because of the the core 4 or whatever. He's probably the least talked about. Mm-hmm. And I think people, he's getting old, therefore he's bad. I'm like, no, he's still good. He's still scoring at an elite rate. And
he's a guy that's taking care of his body and taking care of his game.
He still has elite IQ. And I don't know, man. A 1-2 punch of Matthews and Tavares, that's about as good as it gets until you start getting into that real retarded
their center,
upper echelon.
Their center depth is still pretty good. I mean, putting Nick Waugh as your 3C is good, right? Their wingers just, it's just losing Marner's. Like, what is that team gonna? How is that team going to game plan without a presence of Mitch Marner? Right? He drove so much of the offense.
Oh yeah, it's a huge loss. I'm not arguing.
I would. Craig Berube is still a great coach. Like, and you've got the pressure of the fucking entire city of Toronto on you too. Like, do they? I do think they do regress. They're not going to finish. I have them at 5th. I could see them anywhere from 5th to 3rd. Honestly, I don't think they'll finish 1st. But
yeah, me neither. Yeah. But that's another thing though is, and maybe this is me having my Vegas glasses on, but I think Nick Waugh is about to have a huge breakout.
Like, I could see Nick Waugh playing up in the lineup, like ending up on like the wing, right? Like on somebody's on the top 6 with like one of their forward prospects playing a 3C or something shit like that.
As one does in the summertime when there's nothing hockey going on. I look at old highlights and old compilations, and if anything, I feel like Nick Waugh's only problem with us is that he was too good to be on the 4th line. Because he plays
That's something we've talked about a long time. Is he was so talented. Just where do you go? Where do you put him?
Exactly, and then I think he's really going to thrive under Berube because he plays such a heavy puck possession, but also playmaking and skill.
And he really drives the net. Yeah, you can do all the things you want him to do. I mean, he scored the overtime goal against Minnesota, right? With not scored, but he set up that goal with Barbashev. Mm-hmm. He's played key moments in multiple playoff games. He's been in the playoffs.
Yeah, Cassidy trusted him
despite being how young he is.
There were large stretches of the season where when we had injuries to Pirtle or Carlson,
he was up there.
He was the second line center for a
and he
good
played
chunk
well.
of the
and
year.
This is a team that still finished 1st in the Pacific and finished 4th in the league. And that was Waugh was 2C multiple times.
Exactly. So I almost want to say he's going to have like a William Karlsson-esque breakout when he goes from Columbus to Vegas and be like, oh, who's this guy? Mm-hmm. I don't think he'll score like 40 goals. I think he'll probably score I want to say I honestly think he'll score like 25 goals on their 3rd line, and that's going to be huge.
That's if you play him with like Dakota Joshua and...
Yeah, exactly. You got Joshua, and I will say, I think McMahon is a little slept on.
He is.
He's
I
very good.
I made that joke about McMahon last week, but
well, the thing with Toronto,
he's still a good bottom 6 forward, right?
Well, the thing with Toronto players is they are constantly overhyped by their own fan base, and then I think that causes people from other fan bases to brush them off because they're like, "Oh, give me a break! You're really going to tell me this guy is a good player?"
Well, Scott Lott was,
what I mean?
Was awful in Toronto last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, when I look at it, I'm like, yeah, there's some holes, there's some question marks. To me, mainly Lawton. I'm like, yeah, you got to get rid of that guy. Jan Krok, he was injured a lot last year, but I think he's a perfectly good.
Oh, I agree.
Bottom 6 player.
Who's the kid they had? Because they traded Fraser Minton to Boston.
Yeah, they traded Minton.
Who's the kid that everybody's been talking about? I can't remember his name. He's probably on their prospect list. But...
Not on the projected lineup, but yeah, probably on a prospect list.
He'll probably crack the lineup because he's pretty young still. He's like under 20.
Oh, Easton Cowan.
Easton Cowan, yeah. He's a solid prospect, right?
And then
they still have
and they also still have Nick Robertson.
Yep. It's a good bottom 6er, right?
He has that upside.
I would play Matthew Robertson over fucking Scott Lawton.
I probably would too. To me, he's the definition of the guy of if he leaves Toronto, I feel like he'd pop off.
Yeah, I wanted to have Matthew Robertson in Vegas.
Yeah, Nick Robertson.
All right, now, why did I say Matthew Robertson? Jesus Christ, Nick Robertson.
And then they still have David Kampf, who I think is a really good 4C. I would play him over Lawton.
Oh, absolutely.
I would scratch
absolutely.
Lawton.
Yeah.
And then to me, this defense
isn't bad.
It's a very stout.
It's big and it's
what they lack is that true offensive defenseman.
Yeah, because Morgan Riley's bones are brittle.
Yeah. But McCabe, Tanev, Riley, Carlo, Benoit, Ekman Larson, that's a solid defense. That's a really good defensive.
That's where I wrote down. I actually really like their defense. I didn't like their forward depth.
Yeah, forward depth, there's some holes. I like the defense.
And Stolarz is solid.
And Wall, Stolarz and Wall, that's a good tandem.
I don't know. I'm just down on him. I mean, that's my thing. How are you going to fill 105 point guy?
I don't think they will, but I think they're like they're mid transformation. You know, they're like a butterfly, or they're a caterpillar in the cocoon. And I think between Berube as the coach, who was fucking fantastic last year, that stout decor, good goalies,
led them to first place in the Atlantic.
And then I really do think like Matthew Nyes, like he might pop
He's
off.
legit. Yeah, Matthew Nyes is legit.
He has
also American.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, send him to the Olympics.
Yeah, I think he'll make the team.
I love all these Canadian teams, and their best players are fucking Americans.
Yeah, Nyes, Matthews, and then Montreal, Caulfield, and Lane Hudson.
Love it. But anyways, point being, I do think that as much as I resent Toronto fans and I want them to fail, I do think that it is a legitimate idea that there is an identity shift happening. Granted, I do think they're overestimating the effects of that shift, and they're underestimating the effects of fucking Mitch fucking Marner leaving.
Yeah.
But I still think this is a pretty damn good team. Okay. And especially in a division where I'm like, at least 5 of these teams are fucking awful.
Yeah. No, I could see Toronto also still making the playoffs. So I had Toronto 5. You had Buffalo at 5?
Yeah, which we already talked about them. But yeah, like I said, to me that 5 through 8 is just kind of
Let's
the
go to
same
number
handful
4.
of teams constantly cycling. So 4, last year, 4th place was Ottawa. They had 97 points. That was 45 wins, 30 losses, 7 overtime losses. This year, 4th place will be 3, 2, 1,
Montreal.
Ottawa.
Okay.
To me, I was like, Ottawa, 4th place. I'm like, that sounds exactly right to me.
Yeah. No, totally.
That sounds just right.
I don't have them much farther away, but like where we talked about with Montreal, young and talented, defense isn't bad, but like goaltenders, Kirby Dach, 2 seed. Ugh.
They definitely have some really dynamic wingers, and I think I said this last year when he came over, but I was ready to be like, yeah, fuck Demidov, and then he played like 1 or 2 games. I'm like,
Demidov is sick.
I was like, I'm sorry, very sorry to report that this kid is actually fucking sick,
really fucking good. Yeah.
So,
but you have Ottawa at 4.
Yeah. To me, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just expecting a lot of the same. Yeah. Just good enough to be 4th. Probably a 1st or 2nd round exit.
Here's my defense of Ottawa: is their defense improved a lot. They picked up Jordan Spence.
Yeah,
for next to nothing.
He could pop off. He could really pop off.
And Linus Ullmark is still really good, right? Like, you got Tim Stutzel and Brady Tkachuk, Drake Batherson. You got Dylan Cousins as your 2C. Is he truly a 2C? We'll see.
He looked really good. When he got there,
and then
I feel like it was a classic case of like, let me leave this shitty old team and get a chance. And
yeah, but like their defense, you still got Jake Sanderson and Thomas Chabot.
Yeah,
like.
Well, and that's the thing. It's kind of like Buffalo. Like you see all these names on the defense, like wow, those are some pretty big
solid
names.
Yeah,
you know? Like
it's a really good defense.
They just gotta fucking put it together.
Yeah, and they still have $4 million in cap.
Yeah, and then Linus Ullmark and net. That's
solid.
Fucking Boston.
Yeah, so they kept the wrong goaltender.
Yeah, and let's not forget Michael Amadio
is a 4th line winger on this team, right?
Well, that's what the projection is, but we know damn well
he can play up wherever he wants.
We know damn well.
Yeah,
Michael Amadio. Don't sleep on this guy.
Yeah, I think.
Do not sleep on Michael Amadio.
I think I'm sorry. Nick Cousins will draw out for somebody better than Nick Cousins.
Oh yeah, but yeah, they have 2 Cousins. One of them is pretty good, and one of them is just kind of there.
One of them is Nick Cousins.
Yeah, their projected scratches are McEwen, Kaliev, and Monpalo.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I could see them finishing a little higher. Yeah. I would not be surprised.
To
me, they're still a little
missing something, right?
There's a little je ne sais quoi.
Yeah,
something missing. I feel like. Well, we'll see how Claude Giroux does. You know, he's getting older,
but still, he's still good.
He's still good, and then Shane Pinto. That's a pretty damn good third line
Shane
center.
Pinto got invited to Team USA, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Perron getting a little older. Yeah, I don't know. This is a good team.
Yeah, I think they're good. I think they'll be good.
I've heard a lot of scouts and pros and whatnot say that look out for Zetterlund. This might be a breakout.
Yeah,
year.
I think this is gonna be good. I know I saw him on as the one right wing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he was underplayed in San Jose, but he's young and he's really fucking good. Like he flies and can score. So maybe a full season with Tim Stützle and Brady Tkachuk. Who knows? I mean, this team's also big too, right? They can can hit and they're mean. They've got a lot of vets. So
yeah, and I feel like this last year or so, Brady Tkachuk is really
coming on.
unlocking that potential.
Yeah, he is. As much as people like they paid him that much, I'm like, is really paying Brady Tkachuk $7 million that bad? It's going to be a steal of a deal.
I would say that's probably already a steal of a deal.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they're giving out $8 million like it's fucking candy nowadays.
Yeah, I was sour on Brady Tkachuk, but now like watching him play and then watching what he did in Four Nations, you're like, I like this guy. He's fun.
It's the classic case like you're not as good as your brother. Fuck you.
Different player than his brother.
Yeah, but then when you watch him, you're like, actually no, this kid's a natural leader and
gets everybody pumped up.
Yeah.
He was ready. Like Four Nations alone, like feel like that really cemented his captaincy with Ottawa, just like ready and willing to beat the shit out of the fight. Was he the first fight or was Matthew the first fight?
Matthew was the first fight.
And
he was the second fight, and then JT Miller got his fucking
ass whooped by
his shit pushed in by Colton Parayko.
Yep. Well, Colton Parayko's a fucking giraffe. So
yeah, he's a monster.
So okay,
but
that's number 4. So I had Montreal. You had Ottawa.
That and I will say Ottawa, just good vibes.
Yeah, they're having fun. They're young,
cool jerseys.
Yeah,
of all the Canadian
new
teams.
ownership that actually cares.
Yeah.
Instead of and got rid of Pierre Dorian and yeah,
and then of all the Canadian teams, I think they have the best vibes.
I agree.
The least toxic vibes.
Yeah, I agree.
The
fans that I don't hate the most.
Exactly. So all right, Ottawa, you got it, buddy.
So number 3.
So number 3 last year was the defending back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers.
Surprising.
98 points, 47 wins, 31 losses, 4 overtime losses. Real quick, I'll just say 98 points. It's because they know that the regular season ultimately does not matter.
Just make it in the top 3 seeds. You'll be fine.
Exactly. And I'm hoping that's an attitude that we...
don't overplay yourselves.
Yeah. So this year in third place... 3, 2, 1,
Ottawa.
Florida. I like that. I did Florida again just because I'm like they're too good to they're too good to finish lower than that. But I think it's a lot of hockey and they won't have Matthew Tkachuk. So like I don't know if they're going to finish in the top 2. Wouldn't be surprised if they did because they're a fucking great team.
Mm-hmm.
But
that team is okay. Well, I'm not gonna say who. That team is so fucking stacked, even without Matthew Tkachuk.
It's yeah.
And once he's back, like they have Mackie Samoskevich as a scratch, man. Like,
oh no way he's gonna be scratched. That kid was so good.
And then they still have what's the guy's name though? The picture from the final, Jonah Gadjevich is also a scratch. Yeah. They have AJ Greer. I think Tomas Nosek's on that team, right? Still. Mm-hmm. Like, and the defense is still solid, and then Bob is good.
I should clarify when I do season rankings, I don't. It's not just looking at the rosters and saying, well, let me rank these rosters. Right. I also try to take into account things like strength of schedule or competition or or the fact that you've played an insane amount of hockey in the last 3 years.
They might take their foot off the gas, right?
Or injuries. Yeah, injuries are going to happen. Yeah, they're already happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they might.
Like I said, even with those injuries, I agree. This depth is just too good to.
This team is. As long as they make it in the playoffs, this team will go to the finals again.
Yes, I agree. If we make it to the finals, it's going to be a rematch.
Yeah, I would love it.
We said it a million times, but the East sucks.
Yeah,
the East sucks.
It's Florida's conference to win.
Yeah, it's like Florida and like Tampa and like Carolina and
that's it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
That Toronto, they were there, but I don't know about now. But yeah, Carter versus Swaggy, Sam Reinhart, Evan Rodriguez. Fucking Sam Bennett, Anton Lundell.
Yeah, like I think Rodriguez. That's the guy.
Like you can't tell me that the best third line in the league right now isn't Lusterine and Lundell and Marchand. Like
yeah, that's played together. Oh
that's
it's disgusting.
it's insane. That's the second line.
And two of those guys are young, and then one of them is Brad Marchand. The other one's Brad Marchand.
One of them has enough, foul wizardry and to extend his playing career.
Yeah, yeah, and he's playing three
and then
wings.
And then let's not forget this move that everyone clowned on that ended up being fucking beautiful. They got fucking Seth Jones on this team, dude.
Yeah,
Seth Jones.
That defense is what? Gustav Forsling,
Aaron Ekblad, Nico Mikula, Seth Jones, Dmitry Kulikov, and Jeff Petrie. Which normally I'd be like, oh, Jeff Petrie, who cares? But
your sixth defenseman.
Exactly. And I'm like, they have a really good habit of taking guys like that and be like, hey,
Nate Schmidt.
Exactly. We'll put you on 6D and you'll be just fine.
Yeah.
You'll be just fine.
Yeah.
And then, Bobrovsky and Tarasov, that's a good tandem.
Doesn't matter who the backup is.
Yeah.
As long as you get bombed to the playoffs.
No, like literally. And that's the definition, like I said, of Florida. Just get to the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just get to the playoffs and you'll be just fine.
That team is just so deep though too. And like all the forward scratches you see, you're like, these guys would start as like top, like what, middle six guys anywhere else.
Yeah. And
right?
then deep, well coached, and there's obviously just like a fucking mindset there.
Oh yeah, they're winners. And Matthew Tkachuk will be back eventually.
Exactly. And then you know what to me the like we said, everyone wants to talk about Boston and their mythical culture. Is there any better example of culture than fucking the cup is going out and Barkov, he looks right at Nate Schmidt and he points at him. He's like, "Get up here."
Yeah.
And then they pass the cup to all the guys that hadn't won it yet.
They talk
that's a complete removal of ego.
Yeah,
a complete embracing of team spirit and togetherness, and
you know
what I mean. Like
totally. But people talk about Florida like they're like these fucking like pieces of shit. Yeah, they're pieces of shit to play against. They sought out those guys. They sought out Sam Reinhart. They sought out Sam Bennett.
Yeah,
they went and got Brad Marchand. Matthew Tkachuk's on this team for a reason.
Well, because you need that to win.
They want shitheads. Yeah, maybe you don't like it playing against them. That's how you win fucking cups. They've won 2 in a row.
Exactly. And I truly think that I wonder if the average fan
is retarded.
Yeah, but if they bother to like listen to all these interviews and podcasts with like players,
because they're just frothing at the mouth with anger.
Exactly, or they're clinging to fucking advanced stats or whatever. But every player that I've heard talk about shit like this, they all say the same thing about the playoffs. Like, yeah, it's a war of attrition. It's battle. It's war. It's brutal. Even Brad Marchand, before he came to Florida, when he was in Boston, when they asked him about, when he played Florida, and they asked him about like, oh, they're so this and that, and they're injuring people, and how do you feel? And he was just like, well, you're not going to want to hear this, but that's how you win, and that's what you do.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to hurt each other.
Yeah,
like,
legitimately. Yeah,
we are trying to hurt each other.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's an ugly thing, but it's also part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what anyone says, that will always be part of the game.
I agree. This team's just good.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
And like I said, I have them at third, but that's just because I don't think they give a fuck about the regular season.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I can totally see that.
And yeah, I think they'll make the playoffs, and they will promptly steamroll to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I agree.
Spoiler alert for when the playoff episode comes out.
Yeah, I agree.
Next year.
So number 2.
So last year, number 2 was Tampa Bay. They had 102 points. That was 47 wins, 27 losses, 8 overtime losses. This year in number 2, I have 3, 2, 1,
Tampa.
Toronto. So I have Toronto in second. We already talked about Toronto. Tampa's a tricky one for me.
Yeah.
I look at that lineup. That first line is fucking dynamite.
Their top 6 is that first. Yeah. That first line is Gensel, Kucherov, and Point.
That's
one of the best first lines in the league.
That's about as good as a first line gets.
It's disgusting. It's incredible.
And then Victor Hedman's still chugging along. Vasi.
They have the best goaltender in this entire division.
Yeah, and then even like the center depth in general. Cause who's their 2C? Nick Paul. He's fucking.
No, he's their 3C. Their 2C is No, the 2C's Anthony Cirelli. It's Hagel, Cirelli, and then
Cirelli, who we both said should have
won
the Selke.
And the 3C is Nick Paul.
Yeah, you know who I was thinking of on the second? Brandon Hagel, who is so slept on.
He's so good.
He's so good. He's like he's like a superstar, and no one talks about him, and he only makes like 6.5.
Yeah.
And I feel like when they signed him to that contract, people were like, oh.
And he immediately popped off.
Yeah.
And he's such a good running mate with Cirelli.
Yeah, and then they got Oliver Bjorkstrand, who was fucking great in Seattle.
Yeah,
and,
he's going to be good in Tampa.
Yeah, and then
Gord.
Gord back. Gord, Nick Paul. The only guy where I'm like, what?
Gage Gonsalves.
He got gone.
He's young. Yeah, he's young. He's still on an RFA contract.
Yeah, then they picked up Pontus Holmberg from Toronto, who's
he's a good
bottom sixer.
Yeah, he's a good fourth line player.
Zemgus Girgensons, and then the other geeky.
Yeah.
And then defense, Victor Hedman, J.J. Moser, Ryan McDonough, Chernak, and then Lilleberg and Radish.
Still a good defense.
Pretty good defense. Not the best, but pretty fucking solid. I just think they're... I just look at all these teams in the division, and then I look at Tampa, and I'm like, this is like...
Still great.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, obviously, Florida's deeper. But I think Tampa... They just, for my money, that first line is just
insane.
Yeah,
Kucherov
is a fucking wizard, you know.
Unless they put Draisaitl on the first line with McDavid, is that the best first line in the league?
Yeah, I mean probably depending on where Marner plays with us, you know.
Yeah. No. I would say that's the best first line easily right now in the league.
Yeah,
the thing is that they all have so much chemistry together too.
Well, yeah, they've been playing together a long time, and they've won together, and
they all look great
together. Yeah. To me, I think Point. Yeah, he's kind of been doing Kucherov's kind of been doing a disappearing act in the playoffs.
Yeah,
but again, this isn't a playoff preview. This is a season preview. I don't know. They were on fire last year, the second half of the year.
Yeah.
And I know I said earlier not to fall for that every time, but I don't know.
They're good.
This is a veteran team. I got them second. I think they'll. I got them.
I've got them second.
Yeah, I got them. I got them first.
Yeah. So. Process of elimination. You got Toronto second. We already talked about Toronto, but number one, real quick, 3, 2, 1.
I have Tampa.
Florida.
Yeah,
I have Florida.
And like I said, I do think Florida's the best team.
Yeah,
but I just don't think they give a shit.
That was my thing. When I'm ranking these, I'm like, Florida's by far, top to bottom, the best team in this division. And
I'm just gonna say they're the best team in the league.
Period.
Until anyone proves them wrong, they are the best team in the league.
They're the best team in the league. But like you said, they're a team that can be like, I'm gonna take the foot off the gas and just be the number 3 in the playoffs. Not take too much off any player, and let everybody kind of like ease and not like take it too seriously. And then as soon as the playoffs hit, it's fucking. Yeah, all gas. You're fucking screwed. You're getting killed.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Carolina was blessed with a game 5.
You guys made it to game 5 this time.
They beat the dog shit out of everybody else. Edmonton went to 5 or 6.
The finals went to 6.
Yeah.
The only 7 game they had a 7-game series against Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto was the only team that looked like they could beat them last year.
Yeah.
And then
it was really the only time where it seemed in threat.
Yeah, And then Florida went out and got better.
Yeah.
And the Stanley Cup champions went out and got better.
Yeah, and then they kept all those guys that everyone assumed was.
And everybody was like, "They're gonna leave. They're gonna want more money." And they're like, "No, we like winning."
Yeah.
Duh.
No.
Fucking.
It's because of the state taxes. It's so unfair. Or maybe they just want to.
Have you ever thought about that Miami's a really fucking cool place to live?
Yeah.
As a millionaire. A multi-millionaire.
Have you ever thought about living on the beach and driving a golf cart to practice every day?
Exactly.
On your championship dynasty team with all your best buddies.
Yeah, Florida might suck as a state for a regular person, but they're all rich.
Exactly. Well, same thing for Vegas when they talk. Vegas is a great place to live. I'm like, no, it's not. It is if you're rich and you only live here during the winter. Yeah. It's a great place to live. For most of us, not really.
No.
But
at Florida,
as far as a hockey player's point of view,
great place to live, great food, great restaurants, great nightlife. Do you not think Eetu Luosterainen and Anton Lundell are having a fucking time of their lives. Like
Dude, Anton Lundell's like 23 years old and he's a 2-time Stanley Cup champion.
He's swimming in it. He just has to say, show his ID, and the bartenders are like, okay, everything's free.
I forgot where I heard this. It was some mainstream hockey podcast, but they said something along the lines of like, are we underestimating the real human desire to look at a team like, wow, I can be part of a dynasty. And I was like, wow, these guys are like just now realizing,
finally coming around to it.
They're just now realizing that maybe players want to play on good teams. Maybe they want to win cups.
Shocking. Maybe they just don't want to like go to a team that's going to pay them $10 million a year to be dog shit.
Should we stop just blaming this all on state taxes and say like, hey, maybe it's actually also cool to go back to back?
Mitch Marner could have gotten $14 million on the open market.
Oh yeah, easily.
And he came here for 12.
Yeah.
You not think he wants to win?
No, exactly. And so many.
Noah Hannafin and Chase
these...
Theodore re-signed for under $8 million, knowing what they could have gotten paid elsewhere because they want to win.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, us,
Florida,
Dallas, Florida. Mika Rantanen, he could have got
a fuck ton of money.
He could have gotten way more than 12, but he's like, no, I think Dallas can win. I want to go to Dallas.
I think they can too. Like, it's a if the player thinks they can win and the culture shows, the GM shows he's not afraid of doing it. Like with Jim Neal and Bill Zito and Kelly McCrimmon, those guys aren't afraid to spend the money or make changes to make a team win. Like, well, that's ruthless. I'm like, not really. I mean, look at what's his name in Tampa Bay? Can't remember the GM's name.
Brisebois.
Brisebois. He's an animal. Like that dude will cut you without even thinking.
Yeah, and again, much like what we went through, Stamkos goes and signs an 8x4 and then doesn't do very well.
Yeah.
Who looks like the smart one in that situation?
Jonathan Marchessault goes and signs a 4x. What was it? A lot of money. Like
it wasn't really that bad. It was like $5 million, I think.
But we suddenly look a lot better now that we can bring in Mitch Marner, right? And we have money to sign Eichel for the future, and we've got Dory to pay.
Yeah.
So I mean, nothing against Marchessault. I think he's probably the greatest Golden Knight. Period.
I still maintain if we could have kept him, we should have.
Yeah, I do.
But I understand why sometimes they draw a line in the sand as far as age.
Yeah. Oh, totally. But like that goes back to the thing is like these GMs want to win, and they also want to stock their team with guys that can win for a longer time, right?
Yeah.
Maintaining it under certain age and
exactly.
rotating that.
And we're really good at getting guys in their primes and then locking them up.
Yeah. I mean,
what more can you want?
So that was the Atlantic. But we switched to the Atlantic this week. Mainly, again, because the Metro's dog shit.
It was just depressing.
Yeah. But the Mitch Marner interview.
Yeah, we were inspired to, and I'm wondering if this informed your decision to put them in fifth.
It did, because their fans are dog shit. So Mitch Marner had like a 7-10 minute interview with a guy on TSN, and talking about bittersweet leaving Toronto. He basically said like, I love the city, love the franchise, everything you wanted a guy to say. But then they started talking about the fans. And one big thing was after they got eliminated last season, he had to have 24-hour armed security because someone leaked his address online, and people were just showing up at his house, threatening him and his newborn baby. Yeah. And I'm like, so do you guys not realize what the fuck is wrong with that? Like...
I just don't understand why he would leave.
Why would he leave? I don't know.
Leave?
Maybe he thinks some fucking crazed fucking dumb fuck is going to show up at his house in the middle of the night. And thank God Canada's gun laws are great because he probably would have been shot by now. Like
it's just an example.
That's horrifying. Dude.
It is. And it's just an example of what we said when this first happened.
Just think about being you and I, and someone pulls into our driveway randomly, and you don't know who the fuck it is. Imagine being Mitch Marner after a playoff loss, and the entire fucking cretin fan base of the Maple Leafs are blaming you and you only.
Well, he said his father-in-law sent him a thing where he's like, hey, someone's posting your address, and they're inviting people to like, hey, let's go wish Mitch a goodbye in person, like in quotes. Like in case you want to give him a real good goodbye.
Yeah, so kill him.
I'm like, that's fucking sick, man.
But look at what happened. Like it's sports as whole. Like sports fans are disgusting people when they get too deep. Like or even like guys that like will send like a Venmo request to a player for like a bet. I'm like, you're a fucking goblin that bet on this weird thing.
Even then, I'm like, okay, if you do that for a laugh, just so you can take a screenshot of it, whatever.
But it's especially bad with Canadian fans. Like,
well, yeah, and you
Stu
know
Skinner.
Yeah,
remember that in the playoffs?
Yeah, his wife was like, "Oh yeah, they send death threats to me, death threats to the kids."
Yeah,
you know, like
yeah. And this is Mitch Marner, who's young. He's got a newborn son. Didn't you say someone like said on like not jokingly?
There was another tweet of someone like someone like we need to sacrifice Marner's son,
and it wasn't a joke. There was like 100% serious.
Sacrifice the baby, and I'm like, geez. Even if it was a joke, I'm like, why would you say that?
He's a newborn.
And even if you did say it, like, why would you post that online?
Because people are fucking stupid. Like sports fans especially. I mean, any fan base that gets too far deep. You're gonna sneeze. I hate that. God. But any fan base that gets too far deep, like Victoria's talking to me about Taylor Swift fans. Taylor Swift got engaged to Travis Kelce, and these fucking frantic motherfuckers are just, wow, the numbers and this and this. And Victoria's like, look at all. She's telling me this. I'm like, it sounded like she's reading it to me as like she's a Taylor Swift fan, but she's all like, these people are fucking insane.
Oh yeah,
like it's like you're listening to like fucking QAnon conspiracy theories.
Yeah, they're like religious fanatics.
Yeah, exactly. And that's with sports fans too. Is just as bad. Like you read all this stuff. I'm like, but like people are like, well, an address is public information. Nobody's ever shown up to fucking a Vegas Golden Knights fucking house after
like
they
literally
missed the playoffs. Like the biggest thing.
That five game loss against Edmonton, man, that's pretty rough. Let's go to Mark Stone's house.
In fact, let's burn it down.
Yeah,
let's stand outside and threaten them.
Let's leave garbage on the lawn. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like I would never in a million years think to do that. Like
no, because they're psychotic. They're literally. We've talked about how many times have we talked about Maple Leaf fans being absolute psychos.
Yeah, and they wear it like a fucking badge of pride, which
like
is what drives me crazy.
Like, no, dude, you are borderline schizophrenic.
It's because we're real fans. I'm like, no, you're actually unbalanced.
You need to go to a fucking therapist and like get medicated. You're a crazy person.
Yeah. And to me, I'm just like, you know what? This is what snow on the ground 8 months of the year does to a motherfucker. You know?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
We obviously we're. I wouldn't say we're
pretty rabid.
We're in deep. We are locked in forever. We're lifelong deep fans. But
do you want like my serious analysis? Mm-hmm. I honestly think that the more I learn about or just the older I get and the more experienced I get, I think the American psyche and the American culture is it's okay to be loud. It's okay to be brash. And individualistic and confident and all that. The Canadian psychology seems to be more like, oh, don't stand out, be chill, be whatever.
Yeah.
But then because they don't have these outlets to let that anger out, I think they latch on to things like hockey, and then it just boils and simmers and like gets gnarly. And then it boils over, and then all this pent up aggression that they don't feel comfortable sharing in any other venue. They let it all out in hockey, and if when it's going great, that's great. When it's going bad, they turn on their own team.
Yeah, some of the worst fans I've ever interacted with were Canadian fans at games.
Obnoxious.
Again, this is the defense of Ottawa. Has never had a bad interaction with.
Surprisingly chill.
Very chill. Very cool guy. Very cool people. Easy to talk to. Probably because they think that other Canadian fans think them as like the little brother.
Yeah,
because they haven't been. Even Winnipeg fans aren't that bad to deal with.
Yeah, even though we've crossed paths with them in the playoffs a few times, I don't have that much resentment for them.
But Edmonton and not even, it's the big ones. It's Edmonton, Montreal,
Calgary.
And Toronto. Calgary is a hit or miss for me.
Well, and that's the thing. Don't underestimate. They do that when they're good, they're obnoxious, and then when they're bad, they play Mr. Humble, like, oh, haha, I'm just happy to be here.
I just like Calgary fans
let me
because
crack some jokes
they share my hate of Edmonton.
Yeah, in recent years, it's kind of been a little coalition, but when Calgary was good and we were button heads, they were pretty nasty.
Yeah, they were, but still, with I'm sure Mitch is happy to be in Vegas. He's going to be happy to
be in a regular town with regular people, and
or like he can go into a grocery store and not get screamed at or followed out, or go to
Yeah.
a restaurant and not be stared at and be like some fucking freak is going to follow to your car.
well, and you know what's funny? Another somewhat serious analysis. I think the reason that a lot of players like playing in Vegas, they say like, oh, well, it's because, you know, the fans aren't so rah. And people take that to mean that we don't care, or we have no fans, or like whatever. Honestly, I think what it is like here in Vegas, like we're just used to famous people.
Yeah, we're
like,
not. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of famous people that live here. Like I remember going to games in high school. Like, oh look, Flavor Flav's.
Yeah, we were
in the bleachers.
I was in band in high school, and I was in the pep band for basketball games. I vividly remember one time sitting there like we're playing. And someone in the band goes, "Is that Flavor Flav?"
Yeah.
And his son was playing for Silverado.
And mind you, we don't live anywhere near the Strip.
No,
like that.
Henderson.
That was way out
Henderson,
in the fringes on the fringes of the desert. And then I remember one night at our family, at mine and my family's Baskin Robbins, me and my sister were working, and fucking what's his name?
Corey Taylor.
Corey Taylor from Slipknot.
You told me your sister was freaking out.
Yeah, he just comes into this family. He's wearing pajama pants and slippers.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, that's Corey Taylor.
I was at Red Rock last year, and I randomly, Marshawn Lynch was just walking through Red Rock.
Yeah, exactly.
And nobody was like gathering around him. He's just walking through Red Rock, going to go gamble or do
exactly.
something.
So like when you live in Vegas and like you go downtown or on the Strip on the weekends, like especially as a young person, and you're just drinking, gambling, doing whatever, having a good time, and then you look up and you're like, oh shit, that's Johnny Depp.
Yeah. It's like that joke on
fucking at my job on the Strip. Fucking Donny Osmond asked me for directions once. It's just those things where you just realize that these famous people, they're just people, you know.
But it's also the thing that kills
me.
We
saw Bruce Cassidy and Henderson at the hockey rink.
But it's the thing also that kills me in Toronto. Toronto's a big city. It's like the biggest Canadian city.
Yeah, it's a big city, but like. What celebrities go there besides like Drake and Justin Bieber?
Yeah, that's true. And then the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not wrong.
I just think that and I think hospitality is really built into our culture here.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if you ever work on the Strip, it just gets ingrained in you. You know, you want to be a good host, and you don't want to cause trouble, and you want to be accommodating.
Yep.
And I think that bleeds over into the culture of the city as a whole, where you see Mark Stone or Aiden Hill in Summerlin, and you're not going to make them feel weird.
I was at
you're like, oh no, because that's what you do when you work on the Strip. You just act normal. You treat them naturally.
Yeah, I sent you that photo. I was
Yeah.
at downtown Summerlin, just walking around. We were just out walking around. I went to the Sportstown USA, and he's just in there. Aiden Hill was just in Sportstown, just talking to the employees, like watching like college football or something. And I'm like, I didn't even realize who it was until like a group of girls were like, "Can we take our picture with you?"
Yeah.
And then I look up, I'm like, "Oh shit, that's Aiden Hill."
Yeah, and obviously we have fandom here.
I mean, dude,
and
even
we take
at the,
pictures and all that.
At
But
the
Winter Classic.
Winter Classic, we were just up. We didn't realize where we were until we sat down. But like, we just ran into Aiden Hill, ran into Shea Theodore.
Yeah,
Victoria talked to Shea Theodore's dad. Like,
yeah, exactly. And it's just like oh hey, how's it going?
Yeah,
hey
exactly.
brother, can I take a picture? He's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Well, okay,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
Deuces.
That's why I think Mitch Marner picked here too. Is it's very visibly. He probably talked to Mark Stone. He's probably talked to multiple players on the team. They're like, oh yeah, this is the easiest place I've ever played. Like the ownership expects you to win. GM expects you to win. The town, regardless of what you do, is going to be behind you 100%.
Well, that and just the fact of the matter that, you know, old story for Vegas fans. I won't get into it, but coming in after the shooting, that big first year, we've already won a cup. You know, like the current mood in Vegas is obviously we take those playoff losses pretty hard, but I've never seen anyone be like, well, fuck this. It's always like, oh, that was heartbreaking. My summer's ruined, but hey, we're already excited for next year.
Yeah, exactly.
We're already optimistic for next year.
Yeah, we don't sit there and dwell on if we should sacrifice your son to a Canadian hockey god.
Exactly. And if anything, our front office's ability to cycle players in and out and not being afraid to let go of guys, but also bringing new guys in, I think that really instilled into the fan base early on the idea of it's great.
It's a winning culture, but it's still respectful.
Exactly. And you can love these players and have reverence for these players, but we've already learned what a lot of Canadian fans apparently haven't, which is it's just a business.
It's just business, and it's just guys doing a job.
Exactly. So let's do some good business.
Yeah.
Let's make some good memories.
Exactly. Well, on that note, that was the Atlantic. We had to bring it back to us. Obviously, it's a Vegas Gold Lance podcast.
Oh, okay. You can't talk about the Atlantic.
Culture, yeah.
You can't talk about the Atlantic without talking about Toronto, and you can't talk about Toronto without talking about
Mitch Marner.
Marner.
Vegas. Yeah. And so next one will be, unfortunately, the Metro. We'll spend 30 minutes on that. Just go
how depressing.
bad, Carolina.
I think what we should do is just get some glops of shit and put like the little team logos.
Yeah.
And then we'll just throw it at the wall, and then we'll see how far they slide, and that's how we'll decide.
We'll do that in Portland with some hobo shit.
There we go.
We'll do that. Perfect. Well, that's how we'll rank Metro teams.
Nah, Portland. I'm planning on just drinking craft beer and
Same.
listening to indie music and swimming in the river and enjoying the trees.
Maybe we'll get RFK brainworms in the river.
I hope so.
It'll help, right?
It'll dull the pain of existence.
Next one's Metro, and then we'll go through the rest of the divisions. Maybe Tyler will hop on for a few more.
I talked to him. He said he does want to do the Pacific Division.
Yeah, for sure. And then obviously we're gonna have an episode right before the season starts.
So. Our night before Christmas episode.
Yep, exactly. So
where we just giggle about how excited we are.
I'm so excited. But until next time, stay gold and have a good Labor Day weekend.
Have a good Labor Day weekend. Stay cool. Stay safe. Drink a lot of alcohol. Remember that Portland, Oregon's a beautiful city, no matter what the news says. And stay gold.
Stay gold.